Hey everyone, welcome back to more Pokemon Conquest Ultimate. So, last episode, we essentially battled for Terrara a whole lot, and unfortunately at the end we got a little unlucky with defending it, and they reclaimed it. So now we have really important business. We have to retake this, otherwise we're going to be left too thin to really defend places from Masamune. So yeah, this is the squad I put together to hopefully try and beat them. Obviously we're still like a little behind in terms of Link compared to them, but we do have mostly type advantages against them, so I'm hoping that is enough to push it over the edge, because this time around we have to like fully beat them. Because if we don't take Terrara, he's gonna take something else. Like, really, it's as simple as that. But it's the question of what he's gonna do with Dragonite. Because we need a lot of, I think, first hits to win this. Poron's over there. It's safe to assume that he's gonna go over there. 25 turns is now, like, actually somewhat in our advantage for once. Also, we brought Delibird because I think Air Slash with that Nomad ability and the potential to flinch could be really useful as well. We gotta take advantage of the AI very much going after the pillars, and also after a Whirlwind we get to attack first this time around because we're attacking, which is potentially really good. I don't know, that would put them in the range quite badly. Let's get you guys over here. Yeah, okay, we did not put them in the range. Good job. However, Vaporeon can move all the way over there. I'm thinking, right? What if we just bait out Arcanine, just immediately get rid of it? I think we're gonna just focus our army this side and just take care of them slowly. Okay. You're going over there. You're going up there. The idea is to hopefully be able to ambush Dragonite. And that thing's over there, that's fine. That's just an attack buff. Perfect. This is still not gonna, I think, do a whole lot. 38. Man, that was a critical hit. Oh, Wormadam can hit us too. That's a little annoying, but to be honest, Wormadam is one of those what I'm less worried about. Alright, you're knocked that way, and you're knocked straight here. Whew, nice. Alright, next up, let's try to hopefully flinch both of these guys. Yes! Look at that. Vaporeon is over there. Let's look what Vaporeon can do. Not much. We probably want him in Garganacl spot, though. How much damage do you do? 54. Let's just focus on this. No, you cannot go over there. Okay. Hopefully this hits. Awesome. Alright, Typhlosion, you may as well just go up here. Whatever, that's fine. It's not really the end of the world. It's a question of what Vaporeon will do now. Presumably Salamence will keep going after that, so we'll deal with Salamence last. Okay, that's a little annoying, but... I'll keep you there. You may as well just get you to Salamence already. And you three just sit there to camp out on the other two opponents. Other three. We've only taken out Dragonite, but Wormadam has been stopped pretty well as well, and that thing's just going backwards, which it's probably in the range of. Well, it is in the range of Kingdra if you use its ability, and we may as well. But this is already in the range, so we'll just do this. You keep over there. Salamence up there, but will fall down eventually. Yeah, okay. We're probably winning this. I wasn't 100% sure, because, like, it's still, like, so very possible that, like, Frostlass would only do, like, I don't know, 70 damage and they'd one-shot us or something like that. You fall over there, that's fine, that is in the range of Torterra. Okay, you fall away, kind of far away, but that's not the end of the world. Do some pretty immediate damage there. Okay, you kill, why not? Let's just do that. Roserade's less threatening, honestly. Although I am afraid it might just go up to try and just reclaim that tower. We probably should have sent Kingdra up, if we're being honest. Maybe we get a burn here. That would be nice. Critical hit isn't too bad either. Alright, let's just let him go after Garganacl. If he goes upwards, we'll just follow him. Yeah, only 31. Oh, that's pretty simple. Nice, 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 nice. I'm not gonna risk 70%. Awesome. Yeah, the issue is just that, like, having to defend multiple thingies is kind of a pain. Oops. Well, I didn't mean to do that, but whatever. We're not going to be able to defend those places anyways. We'll get you over here to climb up here if necessary. We're gonna fall next turn anyways, so Garganackle, you go over there. And you two, I guess, just try to cover ground for when he does pop up. I'm just really glad that we're winning, that we're gonna win this one, because I was not sure. Alright, that's fine. Okay, that sucks. That's an unfortunate miss, but... Top speed, perfect. That's real nice to have. Woo! See, Delibird was a good choice for this battle. Of course, it's... The thing is, right... We'll get Terrera with this team now, likely, but... There's just a chance that he'll go after Illusio instead. Now, you know what I mean? Like, that is the difficult thing of this, because we have enough to, I guess, beat his team full power, but we can't cover two armies with that. Hopefully we get a decent chunk from this. We really should. Particularly Frostlash should get a lot. 3, it's not actually that much, but... I'm not complaining. Everyone's not in the 60s, at least these guys are. They've all ran away. Boom, Aya gets a evolution, well deserved too. Alright, let's just give a quick little look. 65, 69. Wow, you're almost at your cap, Kanbei. Which is a little scary. You at least can go to 75, but... there is a little issue, right? And what, they went to Viperia, some of them went to Viperia, I'm assuming the rest of Yakuza, yeah. There is an issue, right? The big issue is really just that he can go over up to 99. I mean, this guy's probably too weak to ever claim 100. But Masamune, we have to definitely be careful about, because given enough time, you will grind up to that level. You're capped at 70. Apparently, you've been given a Rosary. That's cool, I guess. You can go up to 99, which is an issue. I think these Salamans can go up to 99 or 100 even. So, if there is one little bit of favor we have, or one fortunate thing that we have, is the fact that it's quite likely that that they'll likely get rid of the warriors that aren't warlords once they don't have enough capacity to hold them. And that'll mean that we probably only have to worry about the incredibly strong Dragonite. Alright, we should bolster that spot real quick. Just kind of thinking with who. Yeah, that's a good question. Who do we put up there? I guess we'll get you there. This team's maybe like a little unbalanced now. Definitely weaker. We had to retake Terrera. It's just that it probably leaves Illusio a little vulnerable, unfortunately. But there's nothing we can really do about that. We either leave both our villages vulnerable or one a lot more vulnerable. Is kind of the state of things at the moment. Scizor and Pyror. I've got an ID. It's a crazy one. But, like, generally speaking, the enemies you face are about the average strength of, you know, what you bring over there. Now, I'm questioning, if I bring, like, 69 Infernape, we should get hopefully a Reshiram somewhere in the 60s, right? And that is what I'm going for. I'm hoping that Scizor won't be an issue, but we're using a neutral attack on him, and he's probably using Bullet Punch or Scissors. So, let's just see what you use. You probably use Blue Flare, yeah. You know, we'll be weaker to Salamans, but we'll be, I guess, more resistant to Dragonite, and in the future, Dragonite will probably be a bigger issue. Let's see how much their Bullet Punch does. 20. Alright, that's never going to be an issue. Kind of strange that, like, Reshiram's just there in the wild. But this Scizor is 59. Like, that is interesting. We'll not recruit him, though. Look at that. We at least got Reshiram. Just the hope that Reshiram is, you know, I'm hoping he's, you know, in the at least in the 60s. It's just that I don't think, unfortunately, it just happened that our main enemy is using dragons and flying. Alright, screw you too, Scissor. You're never gonna win anyways. I wonder why these side attacks of close combat are so much stronger. Alright, goodbye, you. Damn, you even go to 71 with that. Hey, something's happening to me. Well, we get final form Hideyoshi from that. I think that's purely because of getting Reshiram, right? But that's pretty cool. This is the powerful legendary Pokemon, huh? No, did you come with me, Reshiram? Together we'll make ourselves famous throughout Ronside. Alright. Hopefully, Reshiram is a decent link. 59, that's... Sure, we'll go for it. What does Turbo Blaze do? Is it just Mold Breaker? Yeah, it is just Mold Breaker. But that is good though, because that's a 462. And hopefully that should add some gusto to this side. Which, yeah, that's what we're going to have to, I think, do next is battle a bunch of guys. I'm going to just solely use you here. Here's Malamar. It's going to take a sec. Interference is annoying though. I think these type of buffs only last like one turn, right? Yeah. Or at least they don't stack. Yeah, I think we're fine. It's really just about getting it in time, right? But our lad's 46. Hopefully he'll get into the 50s with this. Because for some of these it's been pretty rough. Alright, that's kill good. Goodbye. 5. You're at 51. That'll help. Seems like a job for Excadrill. Yeah, I do not know why he didn't attack us, but then we miss, and oh, please don't burn. Yeah, of course you burn. Of course he burns. Of course he burns. So why would it not burn? He's got one opportunity to burn, he burns. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Alright, for the rest, we should continue grinding Masahide, or whatever the fuck he's called. Should at least grind these two guys up. I think this is just a job for Staraptor on his own. Against free guys, it's kind of a waste to... The only thing that's scary is Ludicolo here with his skull potentially burning, and it will burn. Okay, that time it didn't. Staraptor can definitely be useful in these main fights, especially with Roserade and her Wormadam. So boom, plus 3.65 is not too bad. So here's Empoleon. We may as well do this. Just for our Charizard and Conkeldurr. Don't feel like getting hit by a wave crash. Alright, whatever, man. May as well just kill you. Or not. God damn it. Fuck off, Empoleon. How much does a Fleeing Forward do? It should do something. 27. Screw that. We're just going to bring it back here. I think this might be a pitfall. It's not. Okay, we dealt with that decently. Although we got barely anything from that. This guy's got an Empoleon, but 46, I think a little low. Yeah, we can handle this. We only really have to worry about the Galvantula and like getting hit by Nidoking. I'm assuming Toxtricity uses a electric type move. They seem to not be too keen on going over here. Like, not all. I know, I'm hoping we don't run out of turns before. Damn. 72 of a crit, okay. Good, it's still 2-hit KO. Alright, that should give him a decent chunk. Got him +7. Nice, nice. Okay, so this Pugilist is completely empty at this point. Let's see what we got over here. A bunch of shit. What's in Pugilist? A Malagueta. It's a good place for Starman to get back into it. Anyone else? Maybe Hydreigon? I'm probably not actually, but you know. We'll get Hydreigon to take care of Malagueta specifically. Thing is, there hasn't been much usage for the dragon typing because it's just not very strong against most types. Although there is a Como there. How much does this do? 27? Yeah, kind of a waste. Let's not. Let's get you out of there. Shit. That's only 28. Damn it. And you crit. Alright, nice natural curve. You know, it definitely helps when they get they put themselves next to each other. Please don't. Alright. Alright, well, we still have 9 turns, but a little worried about our health. Clang scales. Alright, well, let's hope he doesn't kill us. Good. Alright, I mean, still 5 for Hydreigon, and this should still give us a decent chunk for Starmie as well. Yeah, nice. They're like, you know, 2 or 3 of those, and then they'll be ready to be on the front lines. Alright, that's basically all the important stuff done. May as well delegate them to train. Same goes for you guys. let's see if they decide to attack Illusio now. I wouldn't be surprised. They, in fact, did not. And that is interesting. They did not attack us, which could mean that we could go on an offensive as well. Kunoichi, I think, has been recruited by them. I don't think she was there prior to this point, so... They found her, I guess. Tyrantrum really would be good. Ujiyasu hasn't shown his face yet, but it would be pretty good to get him as well. Yeah, Craxford, however, is pretty well defended. But Craxford gets hit by 5, which is going to be rough. They've split their things obviously quite well, because after this you can tell that it's way less well defended. Who's in there? Just gonna check for I don't know what the select button is. Oh, Nene is an enemy warrior, obviously. 3 warriors. Mitsuhide is the inspector actually of Excalibur. That's about it. No, but it's gonna be interesting. The thing is really about the fact of having how many nations we want adjacent to theirs. Because simply put, it is looking more likely that we're going to have to be able to build up 3 armies. So we'll need 18 good team members. Which I think at the moment we just don't have. It's as simple as that. Frostlass is really good. Frostlass is probably our only unit that can just like consistently take out the dragon types. Garganackle I feel like unfortunately isn't enough. But it is... What it primarily is that we will need to have 6 more strong guys. We need, we need to just have 3 armies ready for battle, which I think at the moment we just don't have. But looking at the ratings of the other guys here, okay, these are just strong Pokemons, but this should be pretty doable. Like, Avria should be pretty beatable. It's a shame that Yaksha is well defended. Otherwise, we may have been able to do something against them. Although, with no dragon types here, there is a common grass weakness here. Torterra will be able to wreck these 3. We get a dark type, and then we'll just get something specifically for like Ceruledge. That could work. And then we throw the rest to take care of this squad. It's not an insane idea to push forward and try to take both Craxford and Yaksha. That would leave us at having to defend 3 areas. But if we in 2 months can take all 4 of these, that'd be really good. Like, I'm trying to... Like, my thought is, right, what if we... go on an attack on Craxford and Yaksha, which obviously means that we have to defend these 3 places. followed by an attack on Viperia and Avia, and then we just have to defend Avia and Viperia for a while. Until we inevitably have to leave one of these, which, logically speaking, it would make sense to either leave Dragnor or Nixtrum. Or Nixtrum. Which, we'll have to decide what we want with that, but a big thing is if we take these 4 nations, he's gonna have to start getting rid of guys, which would be really nice. But, yeah, everyone, if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.